Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman universe, and as you can tell here we're going to be doing another unboxing. This package comes from odcdatsme. I'm going to put a link down here below for you to check out his channel. One of the newer friends I have made on YouTube. He's a really cool guy. I have thoroughly been enjoying his channel. He's got some really cool stuff, Marvel and DC action figures that he's been collecting. This comes to me from him, and one of his videos, I think he might have been pushing a month old now, maybe 3 weeks at the most, I think. He had got a package and was set to review it, and he had a problem with it. So he was a little disappointed in what he had received, or the condition of what he had received. So this is something that I say on my channel quite a bit, and I know Chapman Films has heard me say this, and he has talked about it as well. Olivia Automatica has also said this, that if you have a problem with something that you buy or purchase, there's people out there that are like, well, I'll just buy another one. There's product consumer information on the back of your packaging. Flip it over, look on the bottom of it. There'll be usually a number to call about, quality and things like that. And places like Mattel, DC Collectibles, I'm not sure who makes the Marvel Select figures. I think Hasbro. You can call them and they will rectify the situation as best they can. Sometimes they will send you a replacement. Sometimes, depending how old the figure is, or if, let's say, for instance, you ordered the new Batman Injustice Among Us figure from Mattel, and you got that from Big Bad Toy Store. Mattel usually sends some of those figures out first, and Mattel's marketing department doesn't have those figures in-house to be able to send right away because they're so new. If you've got a warped leg or a broken arm or hip socket's all broken. Speaking of hip socket, you can go back to my very, very first Rob's Rogues video. That's Rob's Rogues #1. And the first thing I review is a broken figure that I got. And I go through that whole thing. Mattel will send vouchers if they're not able to replace the figure. If they don't have one in-house or if they're out of stock, they will generally ask, what you paid for it. And they'll send you a voucher of that, the price that you paid. In this case, ODC That's Me had got a figure and there was a problem with it. And he contacted DC Direct, DC Collectibles, and they sent him a new one. And in his video, he said if anybody would be interested in the first figure he reviewed, to PM them. So that's what I did, and he only charged me for the shipping, which I thought was, really good, which was like $7.60. So if you've seen his video, you will know what I'm talking about. And it's a two-piece Croc set. So those of you that may know what I'm talking about, ODC, you're probably hopefully chuckling at that little joke I made. Took off his labeling information so I don't give out his address or things like that. Of course, it says, fragile, handle with care. You will see why. I think that's something that DC Collectibles should be doing, since now it's from DC Collectibles. So I will do a proper review on this. So here we go. Very, very cool. Can you see who it is? It's a two-piece Croc set. One piece, two piece. So if you've seen his video, definitely go back and check out. I will put a link to his original video for this guy, and then the link for, turn some more light on here, a link for his replacement. So I won't do the full review on this because I have some work to do on him, as you could tell. But he got Killer Croc from Batman Arkham City, and the figure came broken. Pulled him out of package. He said as soon as he did, the joint broke right off out of the arm socket. So Croc is supposed to look like that. So he said he was going to have to contact DC Collectibles, and he's like, what am I going to do with a busted figure? And he said if anybody wants it, to PM him. So I did. I think I might have been even a week late. Some people may have been like, oh, I don't want a busted figure. And I thought, you know, money was a little tight, and I would love to get Killer Croc from Arkham City, and now I have one. Granted, he is broken, so I will do some gluing. So this is going to be one of those that I'm going to get this arm in some position, because he's generally just going to be standing on my shelf. So I will find out how I'm going to stand him on my shelf and then leave him in that pose. Super glue, or may even try to put a screw in here somehow. I'm going to kind of play with a couple things, get this arm in here, and that's how this is going to be. So video's not properly probably well lit, and it looks kind of funny, but I just kind of wanted to show you. ODC, thank you for the figure, and it was really cool that he just said, hey, now you can have him. He's broken. If you want him, maybe you can fix him, and he only charged me the $7 to ship it. So as soon as I finish filming this, I'm going to run over to my PayPal account, and I'm going to hook him up. So thank you, ODC, that's me. I'm going to put a link again down here. Go check out his channel. Super nice guy. Thank you for sending me Killer Croc, and once I get him put back together the best I can, you know, watch, I'll have tape and everything else. Like, here's my Killer Croc with tape. Now, I've got some ideas of how I'm going to put him together. I don't think his arm is ever going to move again, but I'm okay with that. It's just cool to have this figure, and he is expensive. So when you're buying action figures, if you know, we're spending our hard-earned money, and you get figures that are broken, snapped, warped, I believe one of the only ways to correct that problem is to call the company and say, hey, I just spent, in this case, he's probably pushing $50, 45 maybe. I just spent $45 of my hard-earned money, and this is all the better your quality control is. I want a new figure. Of course, do it nice, do it very PC, but I have said that very sentence before. Said, I just spent 40 bucks, just got him out of the package, and his arm is warped, or his leg is warped, or the hip socket's broke, or in his case, the leg is busted, or the arm is busted. Leg, arm, you know, whatever. So I'm a firm believer is if you're nice and very PC about it, the company will hook you up, and either sometimes they will say, hey, you can keep the broken figure because it's going to cost them more to ship it back and then ship you one. They may say, go ahead and keep it. Sometimes some places do say, well, send it to us, and then they'll send you a brand new one. But I think a lot of times it's just cheaper for them to send you a brand new figure. So keep that in mind as you're out there buying, and I have been able to have a warped Batman leg. They sent me a voucher for the price of Batman. I could have went out and bought another Batman, but I had got another figure instead and found a way to try and keep my Batman from standing. In another case, I went out and bought a second Batman and kept, or in my case, a Robin. I bought a second Robin and with the voucher money, and kept that second Robin in a box for the inevitability that the hip socket will finally crack. So if you want to watch a funny video, go back to Rob's Rogues #1. You can see my very first video on YouTube. But again, ODC, that's me. Thank you for hooking me up with this guy. I have a 2-piece Croc set. I'm going to try to turn him into a 1-piece Croc set. So this video is 8 minutes. I was not planning on going this long for the unboxing, but thanks, ODC, that's me. Thanks for watching, and the next time you see Killer Croc, hopefully I'll have him all put back together and we'll do a proper review. So as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.